around are the walls between the IT groups and the business groups are really getting very fuzzy, getting very blurry. Just think about all the data we're creating these days. Think about all the digital exhaust that goes off your phone, all the unstructured PDFs that you have flying around, all of these things. Anyone in any business, I think, is going to need the skills to manipulate that information. And not in terms of like manipulate it, change it, but get a hold of what you need, make sense of it. What's good, what's bad. Maybe it's unstructured, maybe it's structured, maybe it's video, maybe it's audio. It's proliferating in all kinds of directions across industries. You're going to need people who have some technical chops. You don't need to be the best at it, but you need to understand how it works. You need to understand what a data frame is and looping and all of these other sort of things, data ingestion, a little bit about the AI, and also just a healthy disrespect of the machine. A human can make it, a human can break it. That's the bottom line. You got to think about how you're going to secure these things you're working on. Who can get access to that? Do you want that to happen? So I was just, so sorry for the jeans and the sneakers. I was just at the Microsoft Innovation Lab for the last 2 days. I was working with Mike Pell, who was one of the creators of the PDF, right? And we were working on autism documentation. We had a bunch of people from Morgan Stanley, some B of A, a bunch of finance types, UBS, Blackstone, and getting that information in. Think about all the material that goes into an autism diagnosis. Think about all the individualized education plans, all the testing data, all of these things that happen. So can you get that information in? Can you find the most recent, like Tipsy was talking about? Can you get the information you need? And then that domain knowledge, just to back up that point. Pick a domain. If finance is your thing, go for it. I always tell people, if legal complexity is your jam, then the financial markets are the place for you. But it can be other things. It can be water data, climate data, healthcare, right? Pick a domain, because if coding languages are like musical instruments. If you learn how to play the guitar, you can learn how to play the piano faster. You've got some of the concepts down. The technique is different, but you've got the concept. If you learn Python, you can learn R. If you know SQL, you can learn, I don't want to say Java. All these, you can do these things. And the same with domain. Can you pick up the finance domain? If you can do that, you can probably pick up healthcare. I need to learn certain things. I need to pick up information and the people skills, just to reiterate that point. Pick up the phone and call somebody, right? If you've got a PDF or your algo is throwing something out that doesn't make sense, who's the person who knows that zone? Who's the subject matter expert? Call them up. Cookies and coffee go a long way. Like that, but make those personal connections with people so that you can really interact in those domains.